very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. Warmly welcome to News Tonight, this Tuesday, the 25th of March, 2025. My name is Michael Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakun is already here for sign language interpretation. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has this evening hosted the Muslim community to an Iftar dinner at State House in Tebe. The president has cautioned against sectarianism and any sort of discrimination, also congratulating the Muslim community upon a successful end of the month of Ramadan.
Bwanika, she has just arrived, stand up for recognition. That's where the problem is for many of the African countries. When you hear them crying that Americans have stopped aid, we are going to die, how can we die from aid of Americans? Whether they stop aid or what, we shall continue. Ente zange weziri za bujajja siza Abamerika siza ziri wali. Abamerika bankwata kuki. Abamerika sibimanye byabo. Nti ku nte zange za bujajja siza lwalero oba za ki embuzi weziri wano endiga. The man from Soloto was talking of the endiga, of the sheep. So I'm very glad to start hearing this message getting through. But you, the religious leaders, I think you also need to help your people develop the thinking. Because like when you call people for prayers, they come to the mosque. How about people in the Rukora who are far away from the mosque? How do they pray? Basabirawa. Unless you develop the concept of praying in the house or some, how do you solve that? Was they praying only for town people who are near or what? And anainza kunyamba kwecho. Bwetubera mu Rukora. Tusabirawa ani atuyita tuli mu biralo by'ente jango onyambeko. Was attacked by thieves and abandoned thinking that he was dead. People of his religion came and his tribe came and passed by him. They didn't help him. A Pharisee and a Levite or somebody like that. They passed, they didn't help him. Somebody from another religion, a Samaritan, and another tribe, is the one who came and helped him. And Jesus said, of these three, who was the friend of this person? It was the other person of the other tribe, of the other religion, who was praised by Jesus. So in other words, Jesus, certainly Christianity does not discriminate. I don't think that Islam does. So those people who do discrimination are really greedy people. Abomululu, that was our experience. Abali batabula wano. Okukyawagana kw'amadini. Eri awaffe ntungamuzi saabirabayo. Because tuli balunzi, tuli balimi, tukola. Abasalamu baffe be basalanga ente mu tawuni ne bakola omulimu ogwo. Abayindi ne batuleetera ebyamaduuka. I didn't see any friction among our people because they were benefiting from one another. Bayambagana. They are what we call symbiotic societies. Symbiotic. You help me, I help you. That's how we are living there. Abayindi baletanga ebyamaduuka which we didn't have, and would bring them. And those Indians were mainly Ismailians. So who was preaching sectarianism, and why? We opposed it. So I'm very glad that our Muslims, the way you are introducing our people here, that the Ahmadiyya are here, the Shiites are here, the Sunnis are here, and now even your other groups, Tabligh and all that, you are all together. That's very good. That's the spirit of God in my view.
President Yoweri Museveni addressing the Muslim community that gathered at State House this evening. Now, authorities in Terego have arrested 5 people in connection with counterfeit cement after a security raid on 2 stores in Osukuru Town Council. Over 700 bags of adulterated cement disguised as Terego cement were seized. Investigations have shown key district leaders and police officers in the illicit trade.
A team of CID officers from Terego and outside the district and other security personnel raided T-Caf cell and T-Caf ward, Osukuru town in Terego district after receiving intelligence tip of fake cement production in the area, with a section of district leaders, including security officials, accused of facilitating the racket. Independent investigator Milton Birungi, the Mbale CID in charge, was appointed to lead the probe. During the operation, the team discovered 2 stores stocked with counterfeit cement of 380 bags and 356 bags respectively.
The cement was always being loaded here after fabrication and sold to different parts of the country. Fake cement is very bad to use because when you use it, it is not 100% pure cement. It could only be 30%. So it becomes a security issue when it is used for building gorofas, skyscrapers, and so on.
Several suspects are currently in custody, assisting security with further investigations.
Already 5 culprits, suspected culprits, have been got, and they are helping police to carry out further investigation. The investigation may later encircle other people apart from them, but intelligence and investigation will bring all the culprits to the book.
This is not the first time Terego is exposed as a hub for counterfeit cement production and distribution. Some security personnel who requested anonymity revealed that high-ranking district officials are allegedly involved in the illegal trade.
They mentioned ROC5, RPC Terego, Region Bukit Division, the OC stations, URA, they on payroll. They receive money monthly, they receive 200 liters in their double cabins. Moreover, government double cabins, they come, they take.
The rumors try to talk about so many leaders around who could be knowing what has happened and are involved. But that one I can't confirm. I leave that one to investigation, the police to investigate, and the Office of Director General of ISO to come out with the truth.
Preliminary investigations indicate that the fake cement is produced using fine dust imported from Isimba Quarry in Injeru Jinja. Reports also suggest that 500 kilometers of fine dust is mixed with just 50 kilograms of genuine cement before being repackaged and smuggled into raw cement branded bags.
We need them to be on the lookout to make sure that they receive quality products. If they find any adulterated cement or they suspect, they should bring it to our attention, and that is why we want them to be buying our products from appointed dealers, from known sources. They should receive a receipt to show that they bought this cement from there, so that we can be able to trace back.
In 2022, President Yoweri Museveni issued an executive order directing Kampala Capital City Authority to repossess the management of all public markets in the city after realizing that the leaders were exploiting vendors and traders in general. In our special edition tonight, after 3 years, our reporter Ivan Duko takes a look at the performance of KCCA and the working environment of the traders since the presidential directive was effected.
On the 23rd of May 2023, the Minister for Kampala Affairs, Mr. Kabanda, re-echoed the President's directive that was made on 17th November 2022 regarding the running of public markets in Kampala. The presidential decree gave KCCA the authority to take full control of management and the administration of markets with immediate effect.
We have fully implemented the presidential KCCA with our market administrators in all the 16 markets of Kampala.
The directive outlined the guidelines for management of markets as follows. Administration and management be executed by KCCA appointed staff. KCCA staff carry out the duties of administration, sanitation and hygiene, revenue collection, law enforcement and other incidentals. Revenue collection works be done by KCCA staff only. Vendors to pay for their utility bills including water and electricity. The directive disbanded the vendors' management committees immediately and never to engage in any management. Vendors' welfare circles shall not be involved in the administration and management of markets. And anyone who will deviate from the above laws will be treated in accordance with the existing laws and policies.
Now, secondly, people are enjoying themselves in the markets. They used to pay money to the selfish people who are usually referred to as parasites. Now, these traders would get their little money and pay to the parasites who would in turn benefit without the locals or the ordinary person.
Despite of these, other conditions were to be followed in all the public markets in Kampala, which include Owino, Nakasero, Nakawa, Wandegeya, Kamwocha, Natete, Bukoto, Bugolobi, Kasubi, Luzira, Chinawataka, Kiswa to mention but a few.
We have had incidences where some of the previous leaders, or even those who want to come in to take over these markets, have tried to come and take over the administrations. These ones we have dealt with. One, we have sensitized, but we have also gone ahead to apprehend some of them and hand them over to the law to be judged and ruled upon accordingly, or apprehended accordingly.
Ever since the passing of the presidential executive order in 2022, we visited various markets to check on their performance under KCCA. At St. Bali Kudembe market, famously known as Owino, KCCA was in charge of administration and management, and the operations went on smoothly. Here, the traders said the situation was better compared to the past, when the market facility was being managed by individuals.
Waliwo enjawulo okusinziira president bwe yali atunyonyola ekintu ekyo yatugamba nti obutale lingana salebbeeti omuntu asookerwako waalina otandikira okufuna kapita emutwala mu bintu ebiki ebinene ekyali kigira nga abanankani abaalimu abakulembeze baali bajja ku bantu esente nga ki okwoza biki era kino president ekiragiro kye yayisa abantu babeere ng'eringa salebbeedi.
With the coming in of KCCA, traders say have been relieved of the huge tax burden that used to go in individual pockets, and that now they are only charged a reasonable amount.
Saawa eno buli muntu akolera bwerere teri muntu asasula sente zaaki za mudala abantu bakolera bwerere atusasula bwa sente za mpoza ng'oyingiza bintu oba olina byolese kati nga nze nsuubula nnyanja manyingiza ebintu banzijjako ki omudala wendi situsasula.
Although the president's intention was to end the rampant exploitation among the traders, but in Nakasero market the former leaders were sidelined, and now operators traders say the president's order hasn't yielded success. However, there are certain lines of operation in the management of the market that have since changed.
Sisi etunulide ku bintu bibiri, kujjawo musolo, yo kasekunganyawo musolo gwayo n'ebisigalidde tena kyemanyi. Ate KCCA erina obudde bwekomako kukola. Ekoma ku ssaawa 11 ze ssaawa zeekomako kukola. Ffe ng'abasuubuzi bwe twali mu bukulembeze ffe twakolanga 24 hours kubanga akatale kakola 24 hours ate abasuubuzi baagala okuweerezebwa okubuddewo emisana n'ekiro. Ate KCCA tekikola ki tekibeerawo kati kisangibwa nti akatale kasigala empute ne kasigala nga tekaliko bukulembeze bwonna ne kabeeraawo nga tekalinako buki bukulembeze bwonna.
Market vendors at Kasubi and Busaga markets applauded the president's directive following the twist of events, despite the challenges at play.
This was something good. The government has built a market. You go and collect all those street vendors, put them in that market, and they start doing their business. I hear even the bill of water, national water, it is high. The bill of electricity, it is high. When they told the new director, they said, if you don't pay, we are going to get people, when the president is passing here, they shall go on the road and start shouting, then you will lose the job. What kind of intimidation is that? So in markets, there are a lot of problems. When it comes to electricity, even in Owino, the electricity, it is more than 800 million.
The High Court Criminal Division has set the 4th of April 2025 to deliver its ruling on the bail application of city lawyer Eron Kiiza. The case is before Judge Michael Elubu, who set the date after hearing all submissions from both sides, although prosecution objected to the bail application.
On 9th January 2025, the outlawed General Court Martial charged and sentenced Dr. Eron Kiiza's lawyer Eron Kiiza with offense of contempt of court by the chairman of the military court, Brigadier General Freeman Robert Mugabe. Eron Kiiza was sentenced to 9-month imprisonment on the contempt of court charge sheet, basing on the Supreme Court decision that declared the General Court Martial's operations as inconsistent with the Constitution and other factors therein. Lawyer Eron Kiiza's legal team filed a bail application before High Court Criminal Division to enable him a temporary freedom pending his main suit, challenging the decision of the then Court Martial. The bail application was filed before Judge Michael Elubu of High Court Criminal Division in Kampala, and lawyer Eron Kiiza, through his legal team, asked court to be granted bail.
Explain to the sureties the duties of a surety. Two of them, by the nature of their training as lawyers, understand that perfectly well. We pray, my Lord, that this Honorable Court finds them substantive enough. We served copies of their documents upon the state, the respondent.
Among those who stood sureties for lawyer Eron Kiiza include his wife Sylvia and that this court has no jurisdictions to hear the bail application filed before it, among other grounds.
Our considerations of the sureties were already stated there, and we reiterated in our submissions.
The parent Eron Kiiza was also given a chance to talk to court on his prolonged detention, and he had this to say.
My Lord, it is 76 days since I was illegally detained, and I implore this honorable court to bring that illegal detention to an end.
Judge Michael Elubu has now set 14th April 2025 to deliver his ruling on this case. The applicant Eron Kiiza was further remanded to Kitale government prison.
The bar in East Africa is concerned that an advocate continues to be held in custody for no offense at all, but representing his client. The judicial system, this is an indictment of the justice system in Uganda, that 76 days after pronouncement by the Supreme Court, and in spite of the various applications by Eron's counsels, he continues to be in custody.
Plead with the courts to stand with the rule of law. They know bail is a constitutional right, and we ask that they do follow the law in this case.
Lawyers also expressed concern over the delayed fruits to come out from the Supreme Court verdict.
The people the court-martial put behind bars continue to languish in custody. It's not a very promising development. I am hopeful that the judiciary of Uganda will acquit itself by doing the right thing.
Legal Brains also made some highlights about the warrant of arrest issued against the President Uganda Law Society. Isaac Semakadde.
In as far as the President is concerned, I've always told the members the president is on official duty, but again we condemn things we've been seeing. Today is Eron, today is the president of Uganda Law Society, the next day it will be another member of the bar, and before you know it, the whole of the society, all the members of the society cannot practice. This is setting a very bad precedent. So we call upon the judiciary to expedite. The president has, through his lawyers, filed appeals against these decisions.
I want finally to say that we are standing with the president of the Uganda Law Society. He is a member of the government.
The International Conference on the Great Lakes region has convened a 4-day consultative meeting with national coordinators to discuss their roles in fostering peace and stability across the region. The meeting, attended by representatives from all member states, emphasized collective responsibility in promotion of lasting peace.
The 4-day consultative meeting, organized by the International Conference on the Great Lakes region, reinforces the roles of national coordinators in advocating peace, security, and stability across the region.
We need the national coordinators with us so that they work together with the Secretariat and other allied institutions of ICGLR. We will take them through on the issues at hand, namely the security and humanitarian situation in the Eastern DRC, in Sudan, South Sudan.
The ICGR Executive Secretary emphasized collective responsibility in addressing causes of instability.
As you can see, there is no other way. And that is why we have, for example, our mother body, continental body, the African Union, because it is only through regional cooperation that you are able to galvanize at one go, at one sitting, member states' vision to coexist in peace and stability, and once achieved, to also state or define their common development goals.
Participants had extensive discussions on conflict prevention, post-conflict reconstruction, and strategies to address emerging security challenges with focus on South Sudan.
The conflict has resulted to more than 3,000 deaths and a similar of injured civilians during the battle for Goma alone, with over 480,000 people displaced since January 2025. This has expedited already their situation, as the DRC already hosts approximately 5.6 million internally displaced persons and over 4 million in the eastern province of South Kivu and North Kivu, including Ituri. This has put so much pressure on the DRC government and the region, given that there is a 51% financial deficit required to meet this huge humanitarian crisis.
Uganda remains a key player in regional peace and security efforts through conflict prevention, mediation, and post-conflict reconstruction efforts.
As Uganda, we are involved in all this. We have been peace guarantors in Burundi. We have been guarantors of the peace process in Juba. We have been mediators. We are peacekeepers. So yes, Uganda is doing a lot, of course, with the support of the president, because he's Pan-Africanist and he believes we can work together.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Come on, mo pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo kaloni, niga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
on a mission. It makes our gums happy and our teeth strong. See? We're moving forward and making changes.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth. And we'll leave no smile behind.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
UBC News Tonight. We'll come back from the break and thank you so much for watching. The Uganda Development Corporation is working to revive the salt factory in Kasese district, with Renzori Shining Stars Limited showing interest in the project. Dennis Dokoria, Manager of Communications, UDC, says that the restoration will create jobs and services. Miners, however, are concerned that salt extraction has exceeded the lake's capacity and are seeking support for protective gear to prevent harm from the high salt concentration. Ivan Kawa has it in detail.
Kasese Salt Lake is found within Queen Elizabeth National Park in Kasese district. It is a crater lake that has inlets but without outlets, causing high evaporation and salt concentration, and was formed through volcanic activity thousands of years ago.
Whenever we stand here up to 700 meters deep on the cross section, they are only rocks of salt, and there is an impermeable rock which does not allow water to penetrate through.
The main activity here is salt mining, which is harvested through traditional methods from salt pans, which in simple understanding are plots of water.
Most of us who own salt pans, we've acquired these salt pans from our parents. But the cost of buying a plot, the cost is between 7 million now to over 30 million.
3 various types of salt are extracted from this lake, and these include
grade 1 salt for human consumption, grade 2 salt for livestock, and then we have grade 3 for industrial.
The traditional methods expose miners to highly concentrated salt, which leads to skin burns and infections.
Ndozo giraba engeri gye gifaananamu emimwa bwenyingira mu mazzi ago ne gankwata ku mimwa mimwa etera nnyo okutuka amabwa.
Yeah, and also we encourage them to drink a lot. Water, juice, but not this time not alcohol.
Nensalamu ng'omukyala nenvaayo nengamba bakyala bino ebyokukola mu mining bigenda tukosa nnyo ng'abakyala bwe tweyiya.
Despite the physical challenges associated with the activity, locals are able to earn a livelihood.
Nfunyemu piki, ninamu abaana, nagula poloti, eri Kasese naye teri eno.
It's where we get money for school fees. We tufunako bu lipstick obutubeesawo ng'abakyala, energetic women, naffe ne tulabikako bulungi.
There is worry that the extraction of salt is superseding the capacity of the lake, calling for the utilization of other 6 salt lakes in the region.
But some of them, they are within the protected area. So we have no access. We have no access to those lakes.
Once the salt is harvested and washed with a solution to refine the final product, it reaches the market unbranded due to the miners' lack of processing technology.
Market. we need to market the product that we have. Our salt is good, but we've not minded in marketing. The government has not minded in marketing this product.
Oshiraba, even the packages you can see, we are using NOM as a weighing machine or a packing something to pack our salt.
And I'm very sure that if we are able to start producing our salt, good quality salt, we shall sell effectively in this country. And not only in this country, we also have what we call the regional integrations. We have a regional market.
The salt factory has been there for many years. It was constructed during the time of Obote, then it was commissioned during the time of Amini, but the factory has been there. So the government has not picked any interest in working on it.
We've had some progress. We've had quite a number of probable investors, but currently we have one. We're still working out the processes to get to the stage where we can fully invest and we start working together. The minerals are there, the salt is there, but the question is, how do we work? Who do we work with? UDC is open, and we are willing to work with whichever investor comes on board and has interest in investing in some of these areas.
So,
women are the majority of the sellers of this product in Lake Katwe, but also highlight key recommendations to support their efforts.
Nungi mbanjagala kintu nga kiri classical lusi batuzimbire ng'ekibanda ne president mbamusaba anyongeremu energy esobola okumboostaringa nesobola okukola ki okufuna capital emalako kwa wano batuwa n'emyo gundi parish model yali yakusosola n'abalala tebafunanga n'essaawa
The 2019 Board of Survey decided to auction off the machines that had become eroded and obsolete due to the factory's inactivity. However, the Uganda Development Corporation remains committed to ensuring the factory's revival. Ivan Kahwa and Andrew Sebida in Kasese District.
The National Unity Platform marked the International Women's Day with a grand celebration at their headquarters in Makerere, Kavule. The event, attended by party leaders, members and supporters, focused on empowering women and advocating for gender equality in all sectors.
Women from different regions and leadership positions gathered in large numbers to commemorate the belated International Women's Day. The occasion featured speeches from key party leaders, testimonies from women across various sectors, and an award ceremony recognizing outstanding contributions by women in different fields.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might be surprised why you see us here, but Dr. Kiiza has always maintained one message, and that is the message of unity. And he has always preached unity. He has said we need to unite against being divided. Abachala, ogenda n'oyogera, n'oyogera, nefa abachala otukoledde.
National Unity Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu praised the resilience and contributions of women within the party and across the country.
So many women have turned things around. Yes, all the credit comes to the top leaders, comes to you as president, and you embrace it. But behind us, we have great women, like the great Betty Nambos there. Banji kufe, twayingira mu nsonga zino ntufuna n'amaanyi olw'omukazi oyo. All of you know what Nambos has gone through.
The chief guest, Barbara Itungo Kyagulanyi, urged women to participate in politics and run for leadership positions.
Women that have scars on the face, scars in the heart, scars in their souls, scars in places we can see and in places we can't see. Scars in places we can heal and in places where only God can heal. I want to conclude by encouraging all women here to do what they can do. Anything possible, anything in their ability, anything that they feel like they can do. Each one of us has a contribution to make.
The leader of opposition in Parliament, Joe Senyonyi, said national leadership requires equal opportunities for both men and women, calling for policies that promote gender equality and women's empowerment.
Humanity is like a bird with two wings. One wing representing men, the other wing representing women. it's only one wing is developed, that bird cannot fly. That's the reality of our society. We have got the men, we have got the women. We cannot thrive as a country if women are left behind. It's not possible.
As part of the celebrations, various women were recognized for exceptional achievements and dedication. Among the awardees were artists, journalists, grassroots mobilizers, and other female contributors to society.
Thank you very much. Using your camera as a photojournalist.
I'm Navka Farida and Jamil Sekaja.
National Resistance Movement members of Terego district have stormed the district headquarters demanding for the immediate transfer of the resident district commissioner Angalia Godwin Akiki. They say that the RDC is prompting opposition among NRM members and alleged failure to combat corruption in their district.
Where are you going?
We are going to change the RDC.
Now.
Disappointed members of the National Resistance Movement in Terego maneuvered their way to the district headquarters amid a stoppage by the police and Deputy RDC Pito Nyango.
If Museveni fails to remove Mr. Akiki here, I'm going to contest against His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in 2026. It simply means the ideas he brought, he's also failing in implementing them.
While presenting a membership card of the National Unity Platform from one of the protesters, these NRM members accused RDC Akiki for promoting opposition in the district. This follows allegations of failure by the RDC to fight corruption in the district, especially on incomplete Nyara Bridge and other projects that are under investigations by Inspectorate of Government.
In every gathering, he promotes the opposition. He is recruiting the noob. If he is married to noob, we don't want him.
That is what the RDC is doing in silence, in secret. He doesn't want us to know. Even we have evidences of these cards. We have even voice recordings. We have the video.
We have suffered for over 15 years in the hands of opposition, and the current RDC wants to take us back to that situation. We are telling the president to take away this RDC who is frustrating our efforts.
By press time, the deputy RDC was out of office, leaving his deputy John Peter Onyango to face the pressure from protesters.
It is only prudent that some people were not satisfied. They wanted the state minister for economic monitoring to conduct some audit. That's how I have left NRM in fighting corruption. Sadly, as an RDC, I cannot deal with an opposition member, and yet when I have opportunity of recruiting him, so we have been in the process of bringing closer our district chair. I have recruited another serious leader, the former Vice Guild President Makerere. So, but there is no another DC who can be in opposition. That is completely wrong.
The aggrieved protesters vowed to walk to RDC Secretariat in Kampala as part of their protest. Charity Marion Imnat and Joseph Odama for UBC News.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Please keep it with us.
Come on, Nemo pocket, tambula about the street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, niga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back from the break, and now to business news tonight. State Minister for Investment Evelyn Anite has challenged local investors to embrace financial discipline through borrowing and having the discipline to repay loans. She was touring Prayosha group of companies, which she hailed for import substitution. I beg your pardon.
Prayosha group of companies is 3 in 1, involved in local manufacturing, processing of aluminium doors, paper products, and extension of construction services. The investment journey that began over 20 years ago has seen hundreds of Ugandans employed.
And I want to build the warehouses only. But when last year I went to the America, and my friend took me to the business park. It's called, in America, they call factory outlet. You can get anything else from there. So then I said, no, let me convert in the business park. I don't want to make the jungle of the warehouses, no.
State Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, visited the investment and encouraged other investors to follow suit.
If you want to become rich, choose very good friends. Don't stay with the poor people because you'll never be rich. Being honest, who is your friend? Ask yourself, who is my friend? Does my friend have some money? Because if your friend is poor, just know that together you're going to be democratically poor. But if your friend is rich, together, slowly, he will teach you how you can actually become rich.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude thanks to His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the NRM government for visionary leadership and guidance in development of our country.
But the challenge is financial discipline for investors.
That's why we're asking Ugandans to also come into sectors where they can get return on investment. Not to put your money in rental units. Because yes, that is good. But I want to tell you, that the return on investment is low. Come into the manufacturing sector, commercial agriculture, services, and IT. Those are the areas which can make you to actually have return on investment.
Anita wants Ugandans to desist from being permanent borrowers. Henry Okrut, UBC.
We're already out.
The Presidential Affairs Committee, led by Alex Byarugaba, the Member of Parliament for Isinjiro South, has embarked on a visit to the Uganda Industry Research Institute in Namamve industrial area. The visit, led by the chairperson of the committee, allowed legislators to have insight into the operations of the institute. During the visit, the Executive Director, URI, Professor Charles Kwesiga, emphasized such engagements to strengthen Uganda's industrial capabilities and innovation.
Designers of this curriculum to say innovation should start from even the things you use to make products.
I'd love to know at this stage, where have you reached? How much money so far are you collecting from the products you sell?
So far we've seen that, one, this was as a result of a grant of $30 million, something that was done in a record time of about 2 years. And it is now off and running and helping a lot of interns from universities, from vocational training institutes, and from other skilling centers. In other words, they are adding a lot of value to our efforts towards industrialization, trying to create a critical mass in the manufacturing subsector of our economy. And we appreciate. They still have, of course, challenges ranging from human resource. They are poorly equipped as far as human resources is concerned. The financing bit, that is the budget, is extremely very inadequate. They've never had an increment on their small budget, and that alone puts them a little bit back in as far as the development according to their program is concerned. And I think this is something that we are supposed to be taking to the plenary and to His Excellency the President to look with favor at what we should be able to achieve if only we are to get adequate funding for this facility.
Appreciated our efforts. Very impressed with the technologies we're developing. Very excited about the impact we're having on the community, but also appreciative of the fact that we have not nearly reached our potential. That there is a lot more we can do if we are properly funded, and they have committed to supporting us in getting the funding we're seeking. To invest in institutions like mine, like Uganda Industry Research Institute, so that it can realize its potential by developing technologies, driving down the cost of technology, and also offering relevant training at skills level. And so to tackle the issue of human capital and technology.
In the ongoing World Cup qualifiers game at Nambole Stadium, the Uganda Cranes have scored a goal against Guinea. It was scored in the 36th minute by Alan Okero. With a few minutes left to the end of the game, if Uganda holds on to their lead, the goal will put them in third position of Group G with 9 points, where Algeria is at the top with 12 points, followed by Mozambique also with 12, and Guinea with 7 points. Botswana is fifth with 6 points, while Somalia is at the bottom of the table with only 1 point.
So, the player who's picked up the knock. I think we'll go well over the 5 minutes. There's been a couple of stoppages already. Kayondo with the throw. Ibrahim Diakite to Mohamed Kamara. It's a launch forward towards Guirassy. Guirassy, Diaby, Guirassy, and it's over. For the first time in the match, the superstar of Guinea football, Guirassy, has a chance. But the Borussia Dortmund man skying that one. And that might be the last chance for Guinea. No shortage of power, but he completely miscued that one. Serhu Guirassy will be disappointed, as his Guinea teammates. It looks like it's the end of the road for them. Pump forwards, Rogers Matto. It's a little push, I wonder, from Kamara. No, play goes on. All credit to Jean-Jacques Ndala. He's trying to keep this game flowing. And you go long towards Guirassy, but offsides. You can see the pumping fists. The Ugandans know that they're so close.
Yes, we'll keep you posted about whatever will happen in Nambole as the game ends. Now, in other sports news, the Hockey International women's team has a tournament upcoming, and they are finalizing with training, as we see in this report.
Set to represent the country for the first time in Namibia next month, the Uganda Under-21 hockey women's team are in preparations for next month's tournament.
The players we have, some of them have played with the senior team, so we are very sure that they won't be nervous. They can help the younger players to fit in, and training is going on well. And the month of April, we are going to be training daily.
Basically, we are focusing on improving our speed, as most of girls are slow in hockey here in Uganda. So we are trying to improve on the speed and the game intelligence. Those are the more things we are focusing on.
With a touch of experience, some of the girls who play for the national team are hoping to use their experience to propel their teammates.
We are working hand in hand with our coach and my teammates so that we can perform the best we can, so that we can raise our flag that says.
One of the things that I heard when we were going to Zambia was a good team. It was also my first time when we were going to Zambia, and the team was very welcoming, and I hope this can be one of the things that we embrace as we are preparing to go to Namibia. We hope that we can work together, lift one another up, and keep in the spirit, because we lose as a team and we win as a team.
The tournament will take place from the 18th to the 21st of April in Namibia, with the top 3 teams set to represent Africa at the Under-21 Hockey World Cup in 2026. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
That brings us to the end of News Tonight. At this point, we'll get back at 10 p.m. with another arrangement. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it with us.